Welcome to the Chelsea Fans Channel. I've been fortunate enough to be joined by Mark Worrall, or Marco, as I'm sure many of you know him. Mark is responsible for the Gate 17 publishing house. It's responsible for some of the best books written on Chelsea. Some of them are displayed behind me. It really is a great insight into the culture of being a football fan and particularly a Chelsea fan. So make sure that you check them out. The link is in the description above. There's a brand new book out.
Yeah.
I came down to a wonderful event that was a launch for this book.
Yeah.
Give us a little bit of an insight into what this book's about.
Okay, so the book's about three generations of Chelsea supporters who all serve Crown and Country, and a group of friends in particular who go off and fight in the Falklands War. So there's kind of like a whole adventure there, which is a mix of fact and fiction, spread over quite a period of time. And the big anchor in there, the glue that binds these guys together, apart from their friendship and their relationships, is this love of Chelsea. So throughout the book, I think it goes back in great detail, and it goes back to St George's Day 1955, which was the day we won the league for the first time.
Yes, it was, yeah.
So there's this huge sort of scene where these guys are meeting, they've been to the game, they're talking about it, and then it fast forwards to the next generation. We meet the guys who are in their late teens, and they go off to the Falklands, so they're young men. Obviously that profoundly affects them, and in the background there's all this Chelsea stuff coming on, going on in the background. So as the guys move through life, so we sort of, I've tried to pick up on the less obvious Chelsea stories and some of the less obvious players, just to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's a novel, but it's there's a lot of factual content in there in terms of the military stuff, and obviously the football stuff, and there's quite a bit of boxing in there if people are into boxing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So does it tie in nicely with what's going on at Chelsea Football Club during those periods?
Yeah, it does, yeah. I mean, specifically the key periods it focuses on are the mid-50s, there's quite a bit of stuff in the late 70s and the early 80s, and then it comes forward to I think 2006, 2007. So it's less obvious stuff, and some of it, is quite tricky to research, particularly the older stuff.
Fair.
But yeah, quite interesting. I hopefully, it is a novel, but hopefully people will enjoy it because there is kind of that element of Chelsea in there.
I certainly, Victoria Kemp, if you're watching, you know what to get me for Christmas. So what prompted you to write this?
Well, I wrote a novel, I've written another novel called Blue Murder, which came out about 8 or 9 years ago, and people quite enjoyed that. And it was the same kind of mix of football and fiction, and it was kind of like a bit of, heavy on the crime aspect. And there's quite a bit of a criminal element to this as well.
Wonderful.
So it's kind of like Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels with a bit of football.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I mean, originally it started out as a screenplay, so we're in the process of actually making a film as well. Yeah, and we had Kerry Dixon came along as an extra, but a week after he got out of prison, so it was a great day out for him. Something he enjoyed.
How's he doing?
He's fine. Yeah,
Good.
He's in really good form. Yeah, and we had Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols, who's a Chelsea supporter. We had all these people. So yeah, it's quite interesting, really.
Oh, that's fantastic. Mark, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us about this. And remember, if you want to get your copy, check out the link in the description. It's available on all of the obvious places: Amazon, all the good bookshops, all the bad books. Yeah, presumably. Yeah. But yeah, make sure that you get hold of this for Christmas. It's the ideal Christmas gift. Go on, you Blues. In the spirit of good news, I have some more. My friend Dan Levine has come to join us, and I'm very, very pleased about that because there's been some very interesting developments regarding the Stamford Bridge new stadium.